After a long study session at the library, I decided to take a break and get some lunch. As I walked to my car, I realized I might have trouble finding a parking spot when I returned. So, I took my wallet and wandered around the nearby community to search for a restaurant. I stumbled upon an eatery called Mama Obi. The menu and promotional signs on the window featured meals consisting of cultural delicacies from West Africa, including some of my favorite dishes. Intrigued, I decided to give it a try. As I approached the establishment, I noticed some traditional snacks displayed outside. A lady greeted me and informed me about the special of the day. I was ready to order takeout, but when I inquired about the price, she told me a small container would cost $28. I gasped in astonishment, unable to reconcile a small sandwich container of rice, grains, and a piece of chicken for almost $30. Without thinking, I blurted out that it was too expensive. Unfortunately, my comment triggered an outburst. The lady went on a tirade explaining how inflation affected the price, citing gas and labor costs, and how she barely made a profit. Although I felt sympathetic towards her, I couldn't bring myself to pay that amount. To offer some support, I purchased a snack from the shelf for a fraction of the cost. Then I walked around the corner and found another place offering a lunch special for much less: jerk chicken and rice and peas. Vocabulary: study session, a period dedicated to studying or learning, typically involving reading, writing, or practicing material for academic purposes. To take a break, to pause or stop an activity temporarily to rest or relax before continuing. A parking spot, a designated area where a vehicle can be parked, typically marked by lines in a parking lot or along a street. Wandered around, to move or walk around without a specific destination or purpose, often exploring or looking for something. I stumbled upon an eatery. I found a restaurant or casual dining place by chance, without having planned to go there. Cultural delicacies, foods that are considered rare, unique, or particularly delicious within a specific culture or region. My favorite dishes, foods or meals that one particularly enjoys or prefers over others. Intrigued, curious or interested, feeling the desire to know more about something. I approached the establishment. I moved closer to the business or restaurant. The special of the day, a dish or meal offered by a restaurant that is different from their regular menu and often promoted as a unique or featured item for that day. To order takeout, to request food from a restaurant to be prepared and packaged for consumption elsewhere, rather than dining at the restaurant. Reconcile, to find a way to make two different ideas, facts, or situations compatible or consistent with each other. Without thinking, acting or speaking impulsively without careful consideration or deliberation. I blurted. I spoke suddenly and without careful consideration, often revealing something unintended. Triggered an outburst, caused a sudden and intense expression of emotion, often anger or frustration. A tirade, a long, angry speech or rant, often critical or accusatory. Inflation, the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services rises, resulting in a decrease in the purchasing power of money. Labor costs, the expenses associated with compensating employees, including wages, salaries, benefits, and other related costs. Barely made a profit, earned very little financial gain after accounting for all expenses. Sympathetic, feeling or showing compassion, understanding, or concern for someone else's situation or feelings. A fraction of the cost, a small portion or percentage of the original price or expense. Jerk chicken and rice and peas, a traditional Caribbean dish consisting of chicken marinated in a spicy jerk seasoning and grilled, typically served with rice cooked with peas, often kidney beans or pigeon peas, and flavored with coconut milk. Analyze. After a long study session at the library, I decided to take a break and get some lunch. Meaning, after spending a considerable amount of time studying at the library, I chose to pause my work and go eat something. As I walked to my car, I realized I might have trouble finding a parking spot when I returned. Meaning, while heading towards my car, I thought that it could be difficult to find another place to park when I came back. I took my wallet and wandered around the nearby community to search for a restaurant. Meaning, therefore, I grabbed my wallet and walked around the local area to look for a place to eat. I stumbled upon an eatery called Mama Obi, meaning I unexpectedly found a restaurant named Mama Obi. The menu and promotional signs on the window featured meals consisting of cultural delicacies from West Africa, including some of my favorite dishes, meaning the menu and advertisements displayed in the window showcased special foods from West Africa, which included some dishes that I particularly enjoy. Intrigued, I decided to give it a try, meaning, feeling curious and interested, I chose to try the restaurant. As I approached the establishment, I noticed some traditional snacks displayed outside, meaning, when I got closer to the restaurant, I saw some customary snacks arranged outside. A lady greeted me and informed me about the special of the day, meaning, a woman welcomed me and told me about the day's featured dish. I was ready to order takeout, but when I inquired about the price, she told me a small container would cost $28, meaning I was prepared to place a takeout order, but upon asking for the price, I learned that a small container of food was $28. I gasped in astonishment, unable to reconcile a small sandwich container of rice, grains, and a piece of chicken for almost $30, meaning I expressed my shock audibly, finding it hard to understand how a small container of rice, grains, and a piece of chicken could cost nearly $30. Without thinking, I blurted out that it was too expensive, meaning impulsively, I said aloud that the price was too high. Unfortunately, my comment triggered an outburst, meaning, sadly, my remark caused the woman to respond with an emotional reaction. The lady went on a tirade explaining how inflation affected the price, citing gas and labor costs, and how she barely made a profit, meaning the woman launched into a long, angry speech explaining that inflation was responsible for the high price, mentioning the cost of gas and labor, and saying that she made very little profits. Although I felt sympathetic towards her, I couldn't bring myself to pay that amount, meaning, even though I felt compassion for her situation, I couldn't justify spending that much money. To offer some support, I purchased a snack from the shelf for a fraction of the cost, meaning, to show some support, I bought a snack from the shelf that cost much less. Then I walked around the corner and found another place offering a lunch special for much less, jerk chicken and rice and peas. Meaning, after that, I went around the corner and found another restaurant that had a lunch deal for a significantly lower price, which included jerk chicken and rice and peas. What prompted the narrator to take a break and get some lunch? Why did the narrator decide to walk around the nearby community instead of driving? What was the name of the eatery the narrator stumbled upon? What kind of food did the menu at Mama Obi feature? What was the narrator's reaction to seeing the traditional snacks outside Mama Obi? How much did the lady at Mama Obi say a container of food would cost? Why did the narrator gasp in astonishment? What did the lady at Mama Obi do in response to the narrator's comment about the price? What reason did the lady give for the high price of the food? Where did the narrator end up getting lunch after leaving Mama Obi? Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. For more videos like this, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.